Okay, so for today's deep dive, we're jumping into something that feels like it's straight out of science fiction. We're talking about virtual avatars that can actually hold a conversation with you, not just, passive talking heads. And we're going to unpack this new framework called avatar forcing, which is really trying to solve the two biggest things that kill the whole experience.
Right, the lag and that
Mm,
that kind of creepy emotional stiffness.
exactly.
I mean, that stiffness is really the core of the problem.
Yeah.
A real conversation is, it's bidirectional. You nod when I'm talking. I smile when you see something interesting. But the older models were all one way. They were just focused on lip syncing at you.
And if they did try to react, the delay was just awful.
Totally. It was like talking to someone on a really bad satellite link. It just kills the immersion.
Lag is the ultimate relationship killer, so let's start there. How did they actually get this thing to be real time? I mean, it's taking in your voice and your movements all at once.
Well, the big breakthrough is in how they generate the motion. It's what they call a causal solution. The old way, the baseline system, it had to wait for future context.
Wait, what does that mean? It had to hear your whole sentence before it could react.
Essentially, yes. And that led to a latency of about 3.4 seconds.
3.5 seconds, that's not a conversation.
It's unusable.
Right.
That's an eternity.
Precisely. So avatar forcing just crushes that. It gets the latency down to around 500 milliseconds.
Half a second. So that's almost a 7-time speed up?
It's a 6.8 times speed up. Yeah, a massive jump. And they do it by generating motion based only on what's happening right now. Plus, they efficiently reuse past information with something called KV caching. Basically, it stops the model from doing the same work over and over again.
Okay, but half a second, 500 milliseconds.
Mm.
Is that actually fast enough to feel real time? Or is it just a technical achievement?
It feels real-time enough in the flow of a conversation. Because the reaction is immediate and causal, it's that jump from 3.4 seconds that makes all the difference. Got it. So they've solved the delay. But you can still have a really fast, emotionally dead avatar. Which brings us to the next wall.
The expressiveness problem.
Right. We've all seen them, the digital heads that just sort of stare and blink. How do you teach an avatar to give like an empathetic nod or a genuine smile, especially when the training data for that stuff is so stiff?
This is where they got really innovative. They used a method called direct preference optimization, or DPO.
Okay, DPO. So instead of just feeding it millions of good examples.
Exactly. They engineered what they call less preferred samples. They basically taught it what a bad interaction looks like.
So they created synthetic losing examples.
That's a perfect way to put it.
Uh,
They'd intentionally drop the user's signals, their motion, their audio cues, and then teach the model that generating a reaction with those signals is better than generating one without them.
so it learns through contrast. It learns that reacting is better than not reacting.
And it does that without needing any expensive human annotations. It's a really clever shortcut.
And the results speak for themselves, right? In the human evaluations, this new model was preferred over 80% of the time.
Over 80%, yeah. People found it way more natural, more responsive. It would actually smile back when the user smiled, which the baseline just couldn't do.
That's huge.
And they proved it, too. They ran this ablation study.
A controlled experiment.
Right. And when they removed the user's motion signal, so the avatar could only hear the user but not see them,
What happened?
it just became a statue. As soon as the user stopped talking, the avatar went completely still. It proves the avatar needs to literally see you smile to smile back.
Wow. So let's bring this all together for our listeners. The two big takeaways here are, one, it's incredibly fast, so it feels real.
Low latency. Yeah.
And two, it's genuinely expressive. It gives you these reciprocal social cues that make it feel like you're talking to. Well, something that's actually listening.
It's a fundamental shift. And if you think about the big picture, this opens up so many doors for things like, virtual chat or more immersive education.
Yeah.
But the creators are also very clear about the potential risks.
Yeah.
Things like deep fakes or identity spoofing become a bigger concern with technology this realistic.
Absolutely, something we always have to keep in mind. Now, the source paper mentions this is all focused on head motion and facial expressions. It doesn't really model things like hand gestures yet. So we want to leave you with a final thought. What other nonverbal cues beyond the face do you think a perfect interactive avatar would need to finally convince you that it was real?